today. Brilliant. We are going to, that did go live. Oh, wow. Wow. Interesting. What can you do? I can beat myself up. I can show compassion to myself. But so this week is all about the tools, the power tools to help create the life that you want. There we go. Now this is live properly. Let's delete that. No, it won't let me delete it. Let's share this. Share public. I promise you I will be properly with all of you in 1 second. Good morning, everyone. If you're here, you can hear me. Show me some hearts. Let's share this in one more place. The thing about you guys on Instagram is you don't get this in proper stereo because I've got a microphone down here that you guys won't pick up. But it's all about your choice. You've got to watch this where you... Come on. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me. This is the challenge sometimes where you are the director and you are the producer of your own TV show, basically. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Here we go. Now, please post. Should be all good. Right. Now, let's get on with this show. Good morning. Let me write this in here. Are you in the 2% club or the 98% club? Who's ready for something hard hitting? Good morning. Right, this is it. So day 2, because we didn't broadcast on Monday because I was on an aeroplane going over the Atlantic. This week is all about the tools to help you create the life that you want. And I have to ask you this question straight off the bat. Are you guys in the 2% club or the 98% club? You see, when we look at helping you in some way, we have to decide first of all, okay, well, what do you want help with? And this is where so many people fall down because they don't really know where they want to go. All they know is where they don't want to go. And this is what, think about the amount of times in your life where you've been motivated to change. You thought, right, I'm going to change. What motivated you? In many cases, what motivated you was you weren't comfortable where you were. You didn't like where you were. Maybe you were overweight and you thought, well, that's it. Enough is enough. Maybe you decided to stop smoking. Maybe you decided to leave a relationship because it was just too much. Very few people are very clear on where it is they want to go. Now, are you a 2%er or a 98%er? Most people would say, well, I want to be a 98%er because there's more. More of what? Most of you are in the 98% club. What does that mean? 98% of people around the world who are motivated away from things, 98% of people around the world who don't really know, they don't use the power of their brain the way that they could. This wonderful gift, this is the greatest tragedy, I can't even say the word, tragedy. See, I'm not perfect. And this is the thing, most of us aren't perfect, but we can be better. You are write it down, I am a 98%er. Let's just face facts. You're not in the 2%. You're not in the 2% of people that really know where they want to go and hold themselves up to the highest standards. Let's just be honest here. You aspire to be in the 2%. You see, you've been given many tools. And, you know, My 365 is about giving you some practical tools you can do to create your life. But what about the tools that are actually inside you, in here? It's your brain, your mind, your heart, your body, your soul, your spirit. This you that can do incredible things, but you're in the 98% because you're not using this as well as you could. You know it and I know it. Let's just be honest. It's honesty day today. The day to be honest. Yep, you're right. I'm not in the 2%. I'm not in the 2%. Pete, please stop being so hard on me. It is being honest. Look, you've been given this brain. There it is. And you've been given this ability to smash through any bad habits. You've been given the ability to create things that you want to have happen in your life. Let's just be honest. Be honest. Come on. This is the day today. Today is the day to be honest. You don't hold yourself up to the highest standards that you could. You let yourself down and you say, oh, Pete, you're being so hard on me. No. Just become aware of it. Accept the fact that you are not being the best version of yourself. You're letting yourself down. most days you're letting yourself down because you know you could be better. So yesterday we looked at one of the most powerful tools that you will ever come across. It's the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Because every time, listen, it's part of your coding. I'm being pretty tough on you, but you can take it. I'm your coach. You know, a coach sometimes needs to say, hey guys, come on, let's just wake up. Let's be honest here, right? Rather than telling you what you want to hear, which is what a lot of people tell you. You know, tell you what you want to hear rather than a really good friend, which I see myself as being to all of you, more than a mentor, someone who is rooting for all of you, saying, come on, guys, let's just be honest here. You know that you can do more. So why are you not in that 2%? Well, the reason you're not in that 2%, if you're really going to break it down, and this is another power tool, another power tool, which is your why. Now, write this down. My power tool is my why. Now, I have studied success for over 25 years. You probably won't find many people on the earth that have had the privilege to have worked with the people who I've worked with, from high-flying business executives of the largest corporations in the world to Olympic world champions and just some incredible people that have actually transformed their lives and taken their life from something average to something incredible, or overcome a fear, this is what I've dedicated my life to doing. Now, for every article, I've said this before, but I'll say it again, for every article that has been written on mental illness, right? For every 100 articles on mental illness, depression, schizophrenia, suicide, for all of these studies, for every 100, 2 are on mental health. So let's look 2 ends of the spectrum, -10, +10. Mental health has looked at predominantly people who are very -10, -9, -8, clinical depressions, people who are suicidal, and taken people from with medication and some treatments to -3, maybe even 0. But mental health, let's look at where you are today, that you have the ability to go to +10, to be that best version of yourself. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm even people like Usain Bolt. Is he in the 2% of people? Of course he is. Why? Because he's done something that he decided to do. He decided to become the fastest man on the earth. He probably looked at what he needed to do every day. He had a big why. I don't know what his why was, but he probably had a really big why. Even with all that, he still had that negative voice in his head that every day not every day, he said every year, he would still question himself. You're never going to stop negative thinking. But when you've got a really big why and think, this is where I'm going with my life, this is what I'm doing, this is important to me. And I tell you something, from my experience, people who have the biggest whys, their whys are often to do with something larger than themselves, right? Something about contributing to the world, making the world a better place. So whether it was Winston Churchill, whether it was Abraham Lincoln, whether it was Mahatma Gandhi, whether it was something who was realizing there's a bigger part to play than just me. Because most of us were born into the world learning the first 2 words, which are no, 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 and mine, no, mine, no, mine. So most of us have learned to be selfish. Most of us have thought, ooh, here's a piece of the pie. I better get my bit because there's not that much there. Many of us don't realize to come from a place of abundance. There's enough for everyone. When someone has a really big why, look, one of the biggest whys I ever had in my life was when my wife was diagnosed with a brain tumor. But the why was for her not to die. It was to move away from something. And now she's better. It's like, well, that's moving away. It's not a vision of the future. How many of you, if you can create a vision of the future, you're in the 2%. If you can't create a vision of the future, then it's time for you to think about, even if the future might be, where do you want to be next week? Where do you want to be in a year's time or 5 years' time? I used to resent that question. I used to hate it when people say to me, you know, what do you want to do with your life? I said, well, it's none of your business. You know, basically because I didn't want to think ahead. I don't know why. Maybe I was frightened. If you want to be in the 2%, the Tiger Woods, listen, if you're in the 98%, you are going to have an unfulfilled life. 100% of the people in the 2% will succeed. So whether it was the Venus Williams, the sisters, whether it was Tiger Woods, people who decided that this is what they were going to do. They were going to do something amazing. Now, I'm not talking about something necessarily grandiose, that you becoming someone who saves the world, but working out what's important to you and deciding this is what I'm doing. These are the standards. You see, the challenge, if you choose to live this life and use the tools that you've been given, it's not necessarily easy. It's going to be work. And that's what we were put on this earth to do, I believe, was to carve out something, to make a difference, to leave an impact in some way, to make yourself a better version of yourself. It's in our genetic coding. I know I'm talking and going on and on and on and on and on. Why? Because I know you have it within you. Everyone was born with the seed of achievement that wants to grow, Why do we fail at most of the things that we really want to do in our life? Because we don't have a big enough reason why. Write that word down. Why? Why? Maybe it's because you want to be the best mother you can be. Maybe it's because you want to be the best person you can be. Maybe it's because you have hopes and dreams of things that you want to do and you want to manifest them. But if you start to manifest something you don't normally do, your brain will go, whoa, 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 what are you doing? It tries to protect you. That's why you've got to show up every single day here, because what you're doing is little things every day. Some of you, your day will be so much better today because you'll do the 7 things or the 2 things or the 1 thing that you need today that's going to move in the direction that you want to go. Does that make sense? Listen, this is only just on the surface. We can go much deeper in all of this, but I will show up for you every single day. If you don't know what your why is, then start off with the most important fundamental of your life, which is your health. Focus on your health. Have a picture of yourself in the future, fitter, healthier, more energy, and think, okay, what can I do today? What can I do today? Does this make sense? Let's see a few of your comments. Look, I know where I'm going, but there are a few hurdles on the way to fulfillment. Listen, life is full of obstacles. A path with no obstacles doesn't go anywhere. And this is the thing, when you know your why and your why is strong enough, right? Write your why down. This is what I want you to do. This is my challenge for you today. Write down, think of something you want and write down a compelling list of why. So Pete Cohen, what does Pete Cohen want? Pete Cohen wants to inspire 100 million people around the world to be better than their best every single day. Why? It's what I feel I was put on this earth to do, to leave an impact, to share my wisdom, my knowledge, my tips, my tools, share it with everyone, to inspire a generation, to inspire another generation. Why am I doing that? I like it. I enjoy it. Why am I doing that? Because I like to do things that I enjoy. Why am I doing that? I like to test myself. I like to see how far I can go. My why is massive. It's massive. What about you? It doesn't have to be as big as mine. Ooh, that sounds a bit rude, but it's time for you to really start thinking, what is it that I want in my life? And don't be a 98%er. Decide today to be a 2%er. Write down what you want in your life and then why. Write down all the reasons why. There can be some negative reasons why. There can be some positive reasons why. Take a picture of it. Show it to someone. This is what is important to me. Don't be a 98%er. Be a 2%er. Not now, but right now. We can't mess about with this anymore. Does this make sense? You know, you could just write down a few words, but this is a power tool. Power tool. I know my why. So that when you're sometimes lacking some sort of motivation or lacking something, you just look at your why. Why am I doing this? Why did I get up at 4 o'clock this morning? Because I've got things to do. I need to be the best version of myself I can be for you, to show up for you, so I can have an impact. How many of you, this is making an impact on your life today? My why is too big not to jump out of bed in the morning. I know what I was put on the planet. I'm taking lots of action. That's what power is. Thank you, Amy. I love that little video that you posted yesterday of that little girl. So a why of my purpose, okay? I write because it's what I'm here to do. I can't be more tangible than that. That's absolutely right. You know, it's just time for all of us to shine. I can't really say any more than on it right now, but tell me right now, as before we finish this broadcast, you guys on Instagram can't see this. What is your why? Another one of my whys. What is your why? Write it down. What is your why? Share it on here. So here we see Ella says, for my children and future patients. Why? Go into huge detail. The 2% have a massive. So I posted something on Facebook yesterday about 2 of my dear friends, Nikki Rubin, formerly Nikki Waterman, and Ian Phillips, who passed away last year, you know. And I have a massive why, which is to fulfill part of their legacy. I know what they were about because I was friendly enough with them to know what was important to them. Nikki Waterman was all about people being fit and active and well and enjoying life and embracing life. Ian Phillips, every day, happy, beautiful day. That's what he said. I have to share that with them. I share with you so much of everything. I give you everything. I give you everything. Why? That's my choice. What's your choice? My why is massive. Putting the emotion into our why. Yes, this is a good point. Putting the emotion into our why, moving forwards, and what we want, not running from the why we go towards. You see, this is a really good thing. When you think about your why and you write it down, you look about it. Look at, if you want to be in the 2%, emotionalize it. How do you emotionalize it? Think about what it would be like for you to have this life. I know I sound like an evangelist. I don't really care because I know that one of you will listen to this. I know that one of you will listen to this and it will make a difference. Can you not see why important this is for us to be stronger physically, mentally, emotionally? Can you not see this? Because obstacles are coming, challenges are coming. Provide for my family, doing something I love and helping others to enjoy my life. And Harley, you've done amazing at that. What you've done with your life is incredible. It inspires me. You guys inspire me. When you say realizing my dreams, Sue, what are your dreams? You want to be a 98%? This is a big wake-up call for some of you today. Why? To give a better, more joyful future to my daughter, to me, and to others, to help others understand their potential and shine with joy again. Emily, why? Why do you want to do that? You can go dig right down into the depth of what you were put on this earth to do. Where's my great friend Tom Heron? Challenges make me stronger. They do make me stronger. And it's people like you that give me more inspiration. People like Marty Malone. You know, don't expect things to be easy. Expect you to be better. Go to work on yourself. Have a wonderful day. Today is the day. A recap. Are you a 98%er? Yes, you are. I am a 98%er. Do you want to be a 2%er? Yes. Well, write down what is important to you in your life right now, and then write down your why. Why? Why? And then that's a tool. Look at it from time to time. Have it around with you somewhere. So, and then when you look at it, don't just look at it. I did it like a task you can tick. No, emotionalize it. What it would be like to have manifested what it is in your life. Thank you so much, guys. If you haven't shared this post, bottom left-hand corner, let's turn you guys off on Instagram. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. Let's finally do one of the things I like to do, as many of you know. That was the most amount of viewers we've ever had on Instagram, which is always good. Let's not do that. So here we are. This is day 3 and the power tool. What we were talking about today. Thank you so much for all of your comments, guys. What we're looking at today is you not being in the 98% of people around the world who just really don't aspire to do very much at all and just be like everyone else. This is what one of my mentors said. Observe the masses and do the opposite. What are the opposite doing? The 2% of people in life, they whether it's the Venus Williams, whether it's Tiger Woods, whether it's Michael Jordan, whether it's Nelson Mandela when he was alive, they decided to have a big why, to have a big reason. And that's one of the biggest power tools. When you have a big why of where you're going, you bring it to life because you can see it and it becomes important to you. Have a wonderful day, guys. I love every single one of you. Thank you for tuning in this morning. If you haven't shared this, please, bottom left-hand corner. We had a couple of thousand people watch yesterday. It's all amazing. Much love to all. We'll see you soon. Thanks a lot, guys, for showing up here. We'll see you tomorrow for day 4 or day 3, however you want to call it. It's a bit confusing. Much love.